Hey Trans Youth, this is Samantha and it is 11:30 on a Tuesday night because I missed Monday, but I have a lot of very special news, so I am kind of required to introduce the video and topic today anyway. The first important portion of news is that we now have a brand new daily blogger. Replacing Ava on Wednesday, we now have a girl named Bree, which I hope you guys will warmly invite to Trans Youth channel. And in addition to that, we also have Saturday open for daily vlogging. Unfortunately, Ava and Nick were unable to maintain their positions as daily bloggers because a little bit of their life kind of got mixed in, but they are moving down to wildcard positions. So let's hope you get to see them in the future. And the second piece of information, we are now looking for one brand new daily Trans Youth blogger for Saturday to replace Nick in his positions. If you want to be a portion of Trans Youth channel and you want to apply for that blogging position, it's all very simple, and I've explained this before, but we will do it just for your convenience. It all starts by sending an email to transyouthchannel@gmail.com the same way you do questions, and we need 4 things from you. First, we're going to need your name and your YouTube username. Second, we are going to need you to show us your videos. We need videos in order to actually determine whether or not you're a good fit for Trans Youth channel. Third, we want a small little tiny blurb, a little statement about why you want to join Trans Youth channel, and this is basically going to tell us that you're in it for the long haul. It's going to tell us how much you care about being on Trans Youth. And 4, we need all of your videos to be up to date and have fairly good quality. We want to be sure that we are giving our viewers the best possible opinions from the most diverse amount of people. If you don't want to be a daily blogger, you have the option of being a Trans Youth wildcard, which we are still looking for. It's basically the exact same application except with one change. We actually need to know what days you can do videos on the fly. As a wildcard, we want to make sure that you're available to cover the Trans Youth blogger who may not be able to do it in order to provide our audiences with the promise we wanted of 1 video a day every week, 7 videos per week. So simply tag all of that onto transyouthchannel@gmail.com, send us the email, and you'll be put onto the list. And it goes without saying, you can also use transyouthchannel@gmail.com to post questions. We know you're very inquisitive, and that's what we're looking for. Just send any question that you want to transyouthchannel@gmail.com. We'll put you on a list, and then the next week or the week after, you may end up on Trans Youth channel with your own question. Sound pretty cool, right? Moving on to the topic, which has kind of already been presented by Zara in the past, but because I'm kind of doing the introductory video anyway, may as well. As Zara has previously said, the topic is very, very controversial, but it's not like one of those masturbation videos that we used to do. It's controversial because we can step on many of our viewers' toes. So before I go into this video, I want to kind of add a little tiny disclaimer here. I don't want to hurt anyone's feelings. I don't want to go against anyone's religious creed, but the topic is on our opinions of religion. We had a guy come and comment to us about 2 weeks back, and he asked how we view ourselves in the great cosmos and the great idea of religion. How do we fit us as being transgendered into our own religions? How do we connect to that? And in addition to that, how do we deal with other people who just can't seem to make that mesh? How do we deal with that? So I want to start by saying I am a Unitarian Universalist. I am part of a religion that accepts all religions, all creeds, all races, all genders, all identities, etc. My church actually did a revolt standing on the front steps of our state capitol, saying they were standing on the side of love. And this was an LGBT movement saying that they were going to accept the families and they were going to spread the peace, which was absolutely cool. I love my church. However, my church and I do have several differences. The church in and of itself wants to be an all-encompassing community, considering atheism as well as Buddhism and various other things. They want you to come to your center via any form of religious or spiritual path. And they want to be able to communicate that and have wealth and diversity in their community and their church. Where I differ from this is that I have one opinion, but I'm also very open to other people talking about things. So here we go. I really hope I don't get in trouble. My opinion is that it doesn't matter if God exists, because either way, it has had tremendous effects on our society and the way I live my life here and now. To explain that a little bit more, let's take two different options out of 1,000, being that God as a singular entity who created the world exists, and God as a singular entity who created the world does not exist. If you take it that God exists, that means that we as human beings have a certain purpose, and He wants us to act or accomplish a certain goal or way. We as human beings have been perplexed as far as how does that work? What's going on? And this entire idea of heaven or hell being the way that we live our life provides a manner of dividing us between good and bad. How does that change the way that we act here in this current world? Good people don't kill people. Bad people will kill people. That being said, we now have a law that says you're not allowed to kill people. How did that happen? Religion, especially the Christian religion, had it in their golden rules that you were not allowed to kill people. And because you were not allowed to kill people, the entire society, all of these Christian people who became a large majority of the world, ended up saying this was a bad idea. And because of that, they produced a law, a creed, a secular law that said you're not allowed to kill people. So I currently don't kill people. So this idea from God produced a religious creed that moved forward into secular law that has affected my life today. Now, let's take the other option. God doesn't exist. Now, if God doesn't exist, we now have a huge question to resolve, being, why are we here? Science evolves. Because science evolves, we now have a bunch of rational logic for how we should be acting and what we should be doing, such as we should be procreating but controlling that procreation. We should be helping the world and monitoring the world and trying to make sure that the world, our ecosystem, our globe, stays healthy. Because of that, we are now taking root as activists. We are now helping the world. And there are a million examples of how science has come to change our real daily life activities. Now, because of one person thinking one way and one person thinking another way, and one person thinking there are a million different gods that have a million different attributes, we see and view the world in multiple different aspects that are changing our code of law, our ethics, our morals, the way that we live our lives, the sequence in which we go about our lives, and all of that stuff. And in order to have produced such a wide variety and diversity of communities and people, we had to have all of that. So it doesn't really matter if God exists, and it doesn't really matter if He doesn't, because regardless, both have affected us. So with that, I want to answer the question, finally, regarding how I view myself as a transgendered person and how I handle those who cannot kind of assimilate me into their religious schematic. I personally view myself as a transgendered person completely within the bounds of society. Gender norms and gender rules are being broken, yes. But this is not the first time, nor will it be the last time, and this is what is producing a change, a wealth of diversity that is changing our community for the better, causing it to evolve. I feel that myself, as a transgendered person, completely fits within various different religious contexts, and I can understand why it wouldn't fit with other people. When I find that people are fighting against me and that they can't really mesh together the point of being trans with their own religious creeds or what they believe or feel, that's okay. That's fine. I'm willing to answer questions so that they can come to that solution. But if they don't want to, that's their deal. They are producing just as much within their church community and their community at large as I am. And I need to respect that. I need to respect that their religion is different from mine. And if they can't accept me, they should still be able to respect me. So I really hope that this really complicated, convoluted, very Vlogbrother Reminisce type video is actually helping you guys to understand. If you do have any questions, please toss them down there in the descriptions and we will have a conversation about this. I feel that religion should not be something that we neglect, but rather something that we share and prosper. But hey, I'm a you. What can I say?